Welcome back. News from around the world. Iran, Russia and Turkey have started talks in Kazakhstan's capital Astana on the ceasefire in Syria weeks after the trio mediated peace negotiations between Damascus and opposition groups there. Kazakhstan's foreign ministry says Monday that experts from the three countries and the United Nations are holding a technical meeting behind closed doors on the implementation of the terms which came into effect across Syria late last year. A ministry official says the agenda included reviewing the implementation of the cessation of hostilities, discussing a proposal from the Syrian armed opposition about the ceasefire, and determine options about how to implement it. In January, Astana hosted 2 days of talks between Damascus and opposition groups, with Iran, Russia and Turkey attending the event as mediators. The nationwide ceasefire in Syria, which was brokered by Russia and Turkey with the support of Iran in December 2016, is the extended version of an earlier truce that ended years of fighting in Aleppo and put the strategic city back under Damascus' control. Syria's warning sides will resume their talks in the Swiss city of Geneva on February 20th, which will be held under United Nations auspices. On Sunday, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov lauded the Astana talks as a breakthrough step. The Geneva talks were originally planned to take place on February 8th, but the United Nations Syria envoy Stefan de Mistura said he had rescheduled them to take further advantage of the fruits of the Astana discussions. Marine Le Pen, leader of France's far-right National Front Party, officially launched a presidential campaign Sunday with a speech attacking globalization and the dangers of immigration. At a rally in Lyon, Le Pen told thousands of crowds she favors a return to the French franc currency, wants France out of NATO, and promised a referendum on remaining in the European Union, halal Brexit, and to protect French traditions and national character, which she says are under siege from immigrants who have flooded the nation. She said immigrants want to alter the secular nature of French society and instill their own traditions, especially by insisting on religious practice in the workplace. The first round of the election will be held on April the 23rd, with a run-off May 7th if no candidate gets more than 50% of the vote. Le Pen says the EU referendum will be called within 6 months of her election. Le Pen is one of the front runners, and her chances of winning are aided by a scandal that has ensnared a top opponent, Republican Party candidate Francois Fillon, that his wife and 2 of his adult children were given no-show jobs that earned them nearly €1 million. Le Pen praised President Donald Trump's action on immigration and said his election shows that people are taking their future back. Le Pen says she wants to slash legal immigration from 200,000 to 10,000 entries per year in France. She also wants to see immigrants' access to public service limited, as France is sensitive in immigration issues, with large number of immigrants from the Mid-East and has also suffered several deadly terrorist attacks. Internationally, Le Pen, 48, wants closer ties with Russia, and she has been criticized for taking a loan from Russian banks as French banks left her with no choice after being turned down. In her Sunday speech, she said France will follow the anti-globalization trend evidenced by the Brexit vote and Trump's election.
If you're here today in such large numbers, it's because you understand, and recent events have shown us, that against the money from the right and money from the left, I am the candidate for the French people.